pocket, so I'll use a spade. Diamonds are forever when I'm getting paid. It doesn't break my heart.
After 2 restarts, this motherfucker still couldn't get it right.
Not much. How you doing?
Dude, it's not recording.
Are you kidding?
That was my fault. That was my fault. I pressed play. I pressed play. I pressed play. Okay. Hey, record. We're about to record. We're about to record. Hey, we're about to stop. That's my fault. That was my fault. Okay. 3, 10, 9.
She needs one more minute. She needs one more.
Fuck. That was my fault.
Josh.
That was my fault. I pressed play. And so, well, someone can take over this if they want to.
No, definitely not.
What are you doing? Come on, we're about to start. No more. Luis is on the time. I understand that. So, okay. Ready?
Josh, your energy is not Josh energy, just so you know.
It's not?
Yeah, it wasn't Josh energy.
The last. It is.
I never have any energy, but you usually have more energy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
Pump it up.
Yeah, I got it.
it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
If you can't spot the sucker in the first half hour at the table, then you are the sucker.
Are you ready to get intoxicated? We'll crack open a cold one because it's another episode of Intoxicated Films where we rank and review movies by taking shots from a 1 to 5 rating system. 1 shot means it was a flawless picture, and 5 shots means it was just as bad as telling your girl you felt alive for the first time playing at a card table. I'm your host, Josh, and with me are my 2 P's in the pod, Daniel and Luis. And today we're discussing the 1998 film Rounders.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing, Daniel? How you doing, Josh?
Doing all right.
You seem pissed, Daniel. Daniel about to smoke somebody. I'm
You
doing
didn't
all
want
right.
to review this movie.
Fuck, bro.
Oh, man.
This is a journey.
Daniel, this is one of your top 5?
Number 1.
Number 1, top 1.
Top 1.
What are you laughing over there, Josh?
Bro, just the shit we had to go through for this episode. Fucking A, bro. But I'm glad we're doing it again, or doing it for the first time.
It would happen for my favorite movie.
Yeah.
It just would happen.
For sure.
Oh, man. We had a lot of technical difficulties. One for being an example of pressing play instead of record, but we'll go over that later. I hope not.
No, we won't.
So we were gonna drink some whiskey, but Daniel, because it's his favorite movie, he knew what to bring, and that was that Amsterdam gin. Not much to say here, but I'm not a gin drinker. Are you?
No.
No.
Not at all.
No one is.
I've
Well,
had
so
I've
we're
had
gonna-
Bombay a couple times. But I hate gin.
So it's mainly a citrus drink, a little bit herbal. I can taste the little spiciness and all that.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, just a little bit. It tastes like Christmas tree.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
say
does.
that.
Doesn't
I was
it?
gonna say Christmas tree.
I wonder where you got that from.
Is that from Elf?
No,
No,
you
that's
said Pine Sol. He said Pine
I
Sol.
did say Pine Sol.
He was like, "You ever drink Pine Sol?
Gross.
You know the cleaning stuff? It tastes like that." And I'm like, "What?" So yeah, who's the weird one now?
It's always gonna be me, baby.
All right, let's start with Daniel. How many?
I can go on forever.
What's
baby.
your review?
I'm gonna give it a 1 because that's the best I can give it.
All right, Josh.
I'm going to give it 3.
Why is that?
It was a good movie. It was my first time watching it.
Okay.
But also, sorry. I also don't know the whole thing about poker, so that got me lost a little bit. But that's not why I gave it a 3 instead of a 2. The cast was good. The acting was good. I thought the plot was okay for what it was. Like, of course, not gonna be a crazy plot, you know.
This time watching it, I noticed more than ever that like someone who doesn't play poker, they're gonna have a little bit of a tough time with the jargon and the lingo. Like even when they're not playing, they're still using the terms that.
Yeah, they slanging it, bro. They got that slang.
They're slanging it.
That poker slang.
Give it a 3. And I really like the movie. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it. But there's just I'm nitpicky with some stuff, like the ending. I call bullshit on that.
Ooh. Isn't that a card game too?
Bullshit?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's not like a gambling game.
No, but
It's a card game.
It's a card game though. You say
you
BS.
play with a family
Like,
and
no.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 2s or a queen. Bullshit.
No. It's
Right? No.
no. You try to get rid of your cards and you put them in the deck, but it has to go in order.
Uh-huh.
So it's like ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king.
Okay.
But then, for instance, if I have 4 kings and you said the whole point is getting rid of your cards. I have 2 kings. I can yell bullshit,
Okay.
and then if I'm wrong, then I have to collect it all. But since I was right, then you have to collect
That's the
whatever's
game.
in the
Okay.
deck.
Yeah.
Did you guys play 13 in high school? 13?
I don't know.
Why does that sound so familiar?
I don't know what that is.
It was a game where like the 2s were the highest, like the 2 of hearts was the highest. 13. I think there were other names, but we'd play in class sometimes when we weren't playing BS.
Play Goldfish.
I played a game in Sweden, and we say höger, lägger, or I don't know how to say lower in Swedish, but höger is higher. Higher lows. So you would say, oh, do you have, is your number
Higher
than yeah. I can't remember the game right now, but yeah, then they'll be like, whatever the number is, like, whatever, let's say they have a 2.
It's like a Gayson
and I'll
game.
say, higher.
Lower.
And they say, yeah, it'll be like, but but then you guess, like, okay, you have a 2, or you have a 3. If you guess it right,
You win.
well, they have to, it was a drinking game, so
Yeah.
you would have to drink as many as what the cards.
Speaking of drinking, we should cheers on this.
Cheers.
Because always gin.
Because
Oh,
always
yeah,
gin.
that's a
It's
quote
always
in the
gin.
movie. That's a
In the
quote in the
movie.
movie. Because they spoke British. No, they didn't. They spoke Russian, no.
Russian.
Was that a good accent?
It's like slapping the
I think it's a
bass on.
stereotypical accent, so it could be offended by people. Because he's not Russian. His
Ooh.
last, I looked him up. I looked
Oh,
up
you're
John,
talking
'cause his
about
last name,
John,
would be some Russian. There was no Russian ancestry from him.
No.
No.
But I mean,
So
he's
he
an
just-
actor.
Yeah, but like some people can get, you know how people be.
No, but that's all on
You
the
know how
director
people
and the
be.
actor. They'll be like, okay, like that
They're
accent's
like,
just
hey,
strong.
fuck it.
I was at a bar recently, and the bartender had an accent, and my friend didn't think he had an accent, and he's like, he thought he was from Sunnyvale, and I was like, no, he's not, and he was from New Zealand. So
That's
my
a
friend-
great fucking accent. New Zealand's got one of the best accents, bro.
And
Goddamn.
I asked him, I was like, how often do like Americans talk to you about Lord of the Rings? And he's like, all the time.
All the time.
All the fucking
yeah,
time.
and I would do that. I'll be that annoying guy too, just like, yo. Because I want to go there, and that's the reason why. But honestly, what else has shown America culture? New Zealand. It's from Lord of the Rings. I think Xenon was filmed there too, but I don't think no one knows. You guys know what Xenon is?
Warrior Princess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Daniel?
Is it space? Is she in space?
That's Xenon.
What are
I must have pronounced it wrong.
Xena.
I might have said Xenon, but you knew exactly what I was talking about. Xena, the warrior
Xena,
princess.
yes, I do. I know.
She got the metal
Okay.
breast chest. Okay. Okay. My mom loved that show, so we used to watch it as kids. But that
That
was
was good.
filmed in
And
New
then it
Zealand.
was like a crossover with
Hercules, and they would have some episodes
Yeah,
together. Yep. We used to
yeah.
fuck with that shit back in the day.
Yeah, me too.
But that's how. Yeah, I want to go to New Zealand so fucking bad. They have a city in New Zealand called Auckland.
I couldn't tell you.
Yes.
And it sounds like Oakland, so I think that's kind of sick.
Auckland.
Yeah,
Auckland
baby.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Raiders.
man. Yeah.
Oakland Raiders.
The Auckland Writers, they don't sound like that. They don't sound British at all. Okay.
All right, let's get to
So we
it.
got our shot. Oh, I gotta take 3 shots. You said you guys are taking 2 each?
No, I'm taking 3 too.
I'm taking one.
He's just
I'm
taking the
stupid.
one.
Of course, I'm tripping. This is your favorite fucking movie.
So let's start with. So I'm gonna take a shot in between when he talks in this beginning, because I got a lot of questions and I need some answers.
Hell yeah.
So Mike McDermott, played by Matt Damon, is a New York law student, and he also.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Do we want me to talk about the specifics of the movie?
Wow, I forgot. Yeah, do that while I take my shots.
I knew that, but I was like, Luis is already on the roll.
No.
Daniel's probably like, I don't fucking care.
Daniel, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but guess what? I'm only gonna get better.
He's only gonna get better.
We're all only gonna get better.
He passes.
I think we're getting worse.
Should we just? That's the new lingo.
We're just gonna get
Accept
worse.
it. Just accept
Just
it.
listen to the first episode and then just
It
stop.
should, our merchandise should just say intoxicated films. Just accept it.
Just accept it.
Just accept
That
it.
sounds kind of bad. And
But I like something like that. I think.
Just
I
take
think,
it.
I think he's got.
just take it. That's even worse.
It is what it is.
You're in the
Fucking
right
Bill
direction.
Cosby, motherfucker.
He got denied.
All right.
heard.
Let's go back. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're gonna
No,
talk
we
about-
don't.
I heard. Yeah.
All right.
He's so shady. He's so old.
All right.
But
The greatest movie ever, I mean Rounders, is a 1998 American drama film. It's directed by John Dahl. It's written by David Levien and Brian Koppelman. And it's starring Matt Damon, Edward Norton, or the greatest actor ever, John Turturro, Famke Janssen, Gretchen Mol, John Malkovich, and Martin Landau. It goes for 121 minutes. The budget was $12 million, and the box office was $22.9 million.
So not so much in the return. I mean, it still made a profit, but
like, so if it was made in 2003, it would have done way better. Because poker like boomed in 2003. So in 1998, they were a little bit early, I think.
yeah.
But a cult classic, I would say.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. I mean, I honestly don't know that many people that do like this movie, but I can tell this would be a cult classic. I know you love this film, and that's why we're doing this one today.
Only today.
But I can also see it can be a cult classic, especially with people who do play poker. You know, like there's some skate movies that I like that are just one came out recently called North Hollywood, and I don't think it's gonna be like a banger for the world, but like for me, I fucking love it because I can relate to that movie skating.
Professional poker players will find flaws in this movie, but I think even so, they still think of it as like the best poker movie of all time.
Yeah.
What other poker movies are out there?
Poker movies or just
No, poker.
casino gambling movies?
Poker.
I mean, do they play poker in casino?
No, mainly blackjack, but it wasn't really about blackjack.
It was a crime movie, right?
It was more about like what's go behind the casino kind of thing. I mean, yeah.
What about Now You See It? No, that was a magician movie.
Did you? The most recent one was Molly's Game. Did you guys see Molly's Game?
That's right.
Never heard of it.
That
Yeah,
was on
Molly's
Net-
Game.
that
I
was on
asked you
Netflix.
about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it, not as much as Rounders, of course.
I've seen Casino Royale, but that wasn't.
But I liked the poker part of that movie.
Maverick, never seen. I've heard of all these movies, mostly. All of them. What about 21? That's blackjack. Huh?
That's blackjack because you got.
That's a movie though, right?
Yeah.
It's a movie. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about poker, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You're gonna learn as you go.
But I've known Daniel for some years now, and I remember when I met him, he told me he liked to play poker, and I told him to teach me, and he's never taught me, guys. He's never taught me.
Well, you moved.
I didn't want to take all your
This
money.
is way before I moved to Sweden, dude. I was in America. I was in America for at least 5-6 years. with
America.
this guy.
America.
He wasn't trying to teach me.
I will teach you.
I'm like, bro, teach me how to count cards, bro. I'm trying to fucking kill it in the casino. Nah, I never did.
I'm actually playing. It's a super coincidence, but I'm playing tonight.
Nice.
I'm playing.
Damn, I should sit in and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take
We
notes.
should record.
We
should record the podcast while he's playing.
I was going to go to a casino recently, and that got canceled. But one of my brother and I's friend is in town, and we're setting up like a poker game, kind of for like my brother's birthday.
Awesome.
Can I ask you a question real quick
Yeah.
about because there's the whole thing about I forgot the terminology, but when you do something with your face or when
Tells.
a tell. So can I know
Like your tell is like when your voice goes up.
Yeah.
We know you're
Yeah.
lying. We know
So
you're lying.
do you have one when you play poker?
I think that my brother and my brother's best friend would definitely say I do have a tell.
I'm gonna guess what it is, but it's probably not gonna be. It's the complete opposite of it. Because you know how you do your scrunchy face thing?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
that, or is it something completely different?
I think I make that face too much that it does.
It's just so normal. So
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
be like, okay.
So I don't know. They haven't told me
Okay.
I have a tell, but
I don't think they will.
I think
Yeah,
I feel like Daniel's a fucking kick-ass poker player. I don't know why I think that. I don't know why.
I have stories.
Yeah.
I have poker.
He's
stories.
like, I won some money.
Yeah.
I also lost some money.
Yeah. So the first time I watched this movie, I was like 14 or 15, and we were. I was at my uncle's house. I think my brother and I watched it together, and then my brother and I, and my friend Ryan and I, and Troy, we built like a poker crew, and we would like go to each other's houses in high school playing poker for
You haven't done your second one?
No, I did.
$5.
For $5?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. And then when I turned 18, a friend of mine, Eric, we went to Jackson Casino. Have either of you been to Jackson Casino?
I feel like I've heard of it. It's in the Bay?
It's near the Bay. It's like east. I should know where it is, but it's
Yeah,
but I played in a tournament with 103 people.
What?
And I got second place.
What the dude, what I say about Dan being hella good at poker.
And so at 18, I won $800 my first trip to the casino. and then I drove to my parents' house after and just like dropped $800 on the table like in front of my parents, just like bragging about
This is called Jack's Casino.
Jackson Casino.
Jackson Casino. Damn, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. I went to a casino with Louis. Again, I don't do any gambling. It's not like I just don't. I'm very intimidated when I go. Like, I can do it more on the internet thing and figure it out. I know I play 21, but when I went to Vegas with my ex, she played blackjack on the table. I just wasn't.
How long was she there?
Not that, like, she's from Sweden. She's from another place.
So what does that mean? They play blackjack.
Yeah, but like, and she just doesn't. That's not her thing. Like,
Okay.
we were in Vegas, so she played because she didn't care, and I wasn't even sitting down. I was right behind her, just like, okay, I'm gonna just watch you play, sipping on my Fat Tuesday, and I remember her. She won a couple of hands, but actually, yeah, she did. But she would do stuff with her ear because she just.
Wait, but this is blackjack.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but still, she wasn't being very clear with the like stay. You gotta be very specific what you're doing.
Yeah.
So she was doing like a lot of this and like just a lot with her hand gestures. The dealer was like, "You gotta stop that. You gotta be very clear with like."
Well, yeah, because they have cameras, and it
yeah.
looks like
She said that.
you're tailing someone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Like
that's what the dealer said. That I started cracking up. But I just can't do it. All about me is a slot machine, bro. It's just me and the machine. Again, me and the machine.
I'll tell you something. I hate when I'm like, oh yeah, I play poker, and someone's like, oh yeah, I play blackjack. It's
not the same.
It's so different.
Yeah, because that's more. I feel like that's more luck than skill. Poker is more skill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One more.
Like fishing is a skill. People don't think so, but it's a skill.
We have to get to the movie, but I want to tell one more story really quick. It's just that for my friend's bachelor party.
Was it this Jackson Casino Resort in Jackson, California?
Yes.
Okey-dokey.
It's an Indian casino because I was 18.
You can go to a casino in 18.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, isn't that always the thing?
No, because alcohol.
Oh, okay. But you can like buy lotto tickets at 18.
Yes.
The world.
One more story.
The world is a vampire. I love having a white guy in the pod. This is good. This is good. It's good.
It's just good.
Yeah, it's just good. Mickey bro. Okay,
my other poker story is I was at a bachelor party in Vegas, and my friend and I, Matt, we went and played in a poker tournament. It was a small tournament, like 3 tables. And the Warriors game, the championship was going on. It was the one that Iguodala won the MVP. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I predicted that.
That he was going to win MVP?
I shouldn't say that I like predicted it, but I wanted to bet on that. Like it wasn't like high odds. I wasn't saying I guarantee Iguodala wins it, but I was like, I'd want to bet on that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
He had to he did a lot that series. But I won a tournament in Vegas for like 400 or something. But it was like I just wanted to like split the money with everybody and like get back to the bachelor party. So we were down to like 5 people, and I was like, "You guys just want to split it?" And they're like, "Nope." And someone gets out. "You guys just want to split it?" "Nope." This French guy gets out. He's like, "We don't split." The third place guy was super drunk. I remember he was funny as heck. And then the last guy was this guy that was like, "Okay, we'll split it." And then but there was like a poker chip that said first place. I was like, "Okay, I want that. So let's just play for $20 and that poker chip." And I beat him to win the tournament in Vegas.
That poker chip, was that money at the casino?
No, it was just like a first prize.
Souvenir.
It was
Okay, you wanted that money.
I wanted that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, damn. So you're gonna play today?
That's actually a good
Yeah.
story because it kind of ties up to Mike.
Dude, can you relate to Mike, bro?
I mean, I'm definitely not as good as this character, but I relate to some things.
So
Okay.
Mike McDermott, played by Matt Damon, is a New York City law student and also really.
Wait, hold on. Does Matt Damon always gotta be in New York? When you cast Matt Damon, you gotta be like, this motherfucker.
What are you talking about? Good Will Hunting is Boston, isn't it?
Whatever. Okay, East Coast. I'm sorry. He's not gonna do a movie that's like he's like a surfer in California smoking weed.
He went to Mars.
Oh, he
What's
wasn't.
that movie?
What movie was that? The Martian?
I didn't even see it.
The Martian.
Yeah.
Director? Whatever you do.
But what were you
No.
saying?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was going to say he does go to California at the end of Good Will Hunting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't we all end up in California eventually? Or at least
Going
we
to see this
or we
girl.
start there. We start there. We're lucky enough to start there.
So Mike is a really good poker player too, and his goal is to go to the World Series of Poker.
That's a cool goal.
Yeah, but it's not like legit. I mean, he's gonna
Which is
be
hard
he's
to
gonna
do.
be in law.
Yeah, dude.
No, but I get the addiction that he has, but
Yeah.
like for him that's nothing. It's to be at the World Series of Poker.
I was thinking this whole movie as a drug movie in a way, not even a gambling.
It is
It
is
was.
like a crime.
Well,
It's like a
it's
crime
crime.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
But that's just the addiction. Ooh.
so his mentor Joey is there in the beginning, and we were just kind of talking about this. I didn't really see Joey as a mentor. I see him more not like a egger, like I got you covered, like you're good for it and everything, but more like yeah, like he didn't like I don't know.
I think you see the.
I see like the egging on where it's like, dude, just play for another 500, and when you're clean, then just pull out. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, you never like. leave.
That's when she sang.
Before the movie though, I'm sure he's like a good mentor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna go with
And,
him.
and that was another thing why I took the third shot is because you might agree to me with this one. Even though it's a 2-hour long movie, I felt like it was kind of rushed, especially kind of in the middle towards the endish kind of thing.
Yeah, I think some people would say that they focus on some of the poker stuff and maybe not as much of like the character development, but I still like the characters a lot.
No, yeah.
I love the dialogue.
But
Yeah.
don't you wish it would be a little longer?
Of course I wish
Oh,
it would be a little longer.
obviously,
They've been like teasing me with like doing a sequel.
I wrote that as my
Forever.
last thing on my notes was sequel question mark because this is set up for a fucking sequel.
It could.
It's been hella
It's
years
open.
now, so kind of I'd rather have it where he actually does end up going to the World Series.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, now we have to see the after fact of that because it's been what?
So maybe
20
he
years.
makes it to the World Series, and then it's some guy basically living his dream and being like, I have to beat Mike in the World Series.
Or he could be like a trainer, kind of like what.
underground trainer.
Well, like how the
Joey.
like he'd be that role, kind
Yeah.
of. You ever seen that movie called it's with Tom Cruise? Oh, the second one with Tom Cruise. The first one's called The Hustler. It's a pool shark movie.
No.
And in the second movie, they made Color of Money. No.
No.
All right, then we won't talk about it. Never mind.
So that
I was just gonna say that I think if they made a sequel, they would have to include like online poker. So when
Yeah.
we were in quarantine, well, online poker kind of got messed up because there were like guys that got in trouble for like messing with online poker. But during quarantine, my friends and I would play on Zoom, and we would just like every week we would have like a Zoom.
yeah, there was an
Zoom
app for
game.
that.
We played Poker Stars.
Nice.
That's and how you distribute the money.
No, it's just Venmo or anything like
Okay,
that.
that's how you do it.
That's right.
Okay.
But like you said the number, how much is each chip, and how much is the buy-in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you lose everything, then you have to buy in again.
But we just played tournaments. We just played for $15.
Yeah, that's pretty good dope. So, Mike actually knows some people underground that holds underground Texas Hold'em games, and the main one is the Russian mob Teddy KGB.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is the whole. We don't always stop you on the fly. I don't want you to be offended, but it's
No.
just, that's how it goes. Well, one of the best lines. So when I did watch this movie, I was like, I must have seen this movie. I never borrowed this from you, no?
I don't think so.
I must have seen bits and pieces because I remember this line about the whole find the sucker in 30 minutes, and if you can't find him, it's your punk ass.
Yeah.
He didn't say it like that.
First 5 minutes. Yeah.
Punk ass.
Oh, was it 30 minutes?
First five.
Yeah, it's the first 5 minutes.
Oh my god, I
before he's
wrote
getting out.
find a sucker in 30 minutes. That's
Yeah.
hella long too.
No. Actually, Josh might be right. It might be first half hour.
No,
But
I think it's as he was getting out of the, because he took all the money out, which I wanted to mention is that he's pulling all these money out and he's explaining the gambling part, and it's as he's leaving the room to
Yeah.
go to the underground.
Yeah, but I just read this quote at the very beginning. If you can't spot the sucker in the first half hour at the table, then you are the sucker. Dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it. He got us there.
Ooh, you seen this movie how many times?
I'd like at least 2 dozen.
It
I
was
think
like 2 times.
I would always like I probably did like trick you into like I just like turned it on or something when we were hanging out because I'm always
Must
like
have
this is
been.
my favorite movie and
Yeah.
you gotta watch it and then we probably got tired or something
Yeah,
and didn't finish.
because I remember that, and I remember the Orioles. I remember those goddamn Orioles.
Yeah.
You and the Oreos.
Mhm.
That's funny.
All right, go ahead, brother. Sorry.
No, so and then he plays for hours and hours and hours, and then it goes straight to Mike being super overconfident, puts it all in,
Goddamn.
and he loses his basically bankroll, which was in a single hand, which was
$30,000.
$30,000.
Woo.
And I'll tell you this,
3 stacks of high society.
yeah,
What you say?
3 stacks of high society. That's
That's a game.
no, that's the 30,000. That's
Yeah.
what they call it in the movie.
Oh, okay.
yeah. He, I'll say this: I never lost $30,000.
You wouldn't be here today, bro, if you did.
No,
You
but
wouldn't be married either.
I've been in a situation where you just put your money in and you just say,
Fuck
this
it.
has to be it,
Yeah.
and it's not, and you're like, fuck. I'll say this: this is the true story. I was
What's the whole thing about gambling, guys? Is it really about winning the money, or is it the rush? What is it?
both.
It's both.
Well, this is the thing: if you come in,
But like,
with
let's
the
say you play for like, you say you're gonna play so big, right? You say you play 15, but I don't know if that's like
It's not very much.
it's not very much. So you kind of play like it's a game, like it's
Yeah,
it's fun to win the
so,
money, but
so if you just play for $1, like that's not gonna work. There has to be some amount of money that you're playing for. But my brother and I just recently talked about it. It's like a sport to us. It's like about
See?
it's about competition for us.
Yeah.
But for other people, it's like the rush of like
the
gambling.
thrill.
yeah.
Yeah. I started off playing safe and everything, and I always have a limit, but I was up about maybe $4,000 one time, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put $1,000 in. This is blackjack, not poker. I'm gonna put $1,000 in, and if I win, awesome. If I lose, I'm still up $2,000. Got 2 cards. I think I had like a 9 and a 9, and then
Which is 18.
which is 18.
Okay.
And
Pretty good. Are you gonna hit or stay?
so get this, and then they were showing a 4. So and then I said I'm gonna split it.
What is it? I don't know what that means.
So split means I have 2 9s, so I can take it apart, and now I have 2 hands. So each hand is now $1,000. So that's $2,000.
Got it.
Got 19, and then I got 12. I was like,
So what's the point of
oh
splitting?
no, sorry. I had 19, and then I had 18 again. I had another 9 and 9.
Okay.
Someone behind me was like, "You gotta split that again, dude." And I'm like,
How many times can you split? Is that lose money for you when you do that? Because it seems like that's like more chances of you winning.
You have to put up the same amount for each hand.
"Yeah, you have to put the same amount."
Thank you guys.
So then there's 3,000 now because I split it one more time.
Uh-huh.
Got 19, got 11, and then
A card game.
a card came, and I had another 9, so that was 20.
Wow.
19, 19, 20.
You
You're
can't.
definitely supposed to win.
You
definitely
have to
so,
win.
So do you remember what hand I got?
4.
4.
4 you're supposed to bust. The dealer's supposed to bust right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here it comes. 4. Boom. Flips over. It's an ace. So now it has 5 or 15, depending what the next hand is.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
7. All right? So that's now 12.
Yes.
Flip it over. 2. What's that? 14.
Mhm.
Right? Flip it over again. 3. What's that? 15. Right?
Wow.
One more time. 6. 21.
You.
No.
The dealer.
The dealer,
See,
of course.
It's rigged, then. It's rigged. Fucking
No,
rigged.
that is the worst luck I've ever heard of.
That's-
19, 19, 20. 21. With all those hands.
Fuck the dealer. That's a
I
game
was
too.
like, wow. And the funny thing is someone told me to double
I would've choked
every
that
single
dealer
one
out.
out, and like then I would have been in the hole.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck. I was mad.
I came with you one time to watch you play blackjack.
Blackjack. So
During technical difficulties, we were talking about how he's hiding all the money. He's hiding all the money.
yeah. So he kept it from like books and everything, and then
In poker books, poker strategy.
Find that shit.
But
She
no-
hid it everywhere.
but he put it in books that she don't read.
So you were arguing that like what's the problem, and then him and I were arguing like that's like addict behavior, and then we were saying how like
You can't put it in the bank because the bank is gonna question how you get
Right.
$30,000
Yeah.
all of a sudden. you know, and tax and everything like that. And that's basically his tuition and everything.
Oh yeah.
So when he loses big, he's like, I fucking quit. Like, I need a break and everything. He even told his girlfriend that he's quit poker and he's just gonna continue to focus in law in law school. And everything.
His parents weren't in the movie. No.
So months pass by. Mike stays true to his promise and everything, and this is all fine until he kind of ditches Joe to meet up with Worm, which is Edward Norton, correct?
Yes.
Who just got released from prison. So why did he get out of prison?
Why was he in
Or
prison?
why was he in prison? Sorry, that's what I wanted to ask you, Daniel.
They
They didn't really explain it. Well, they kind of did.
yeah
They did.
Like, he took the hit for Mike.
Yeah, you know, is this the reason he's in prison, or is this just his troublemaker past? But like they bet on like a basketball game, and they had the point guard like take a dive, like
In college.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or was
That's
it high
what it
school?
was.
Or was it high school?
No, it had to be college. Because he still stayed with, like, tuition and everything, I believe. That was, like, the whole thing. And then, yeah. I think that was it. And
Also he like gets in trouble for distributing fake credit cards.
Yeah. I remember that one. And then, Worm is a hustler himself, especially in jail. Like, he was explaining to Mike that he has, like, 3 games going on at the same time, and how he was surviving, how, like, he would, like, basically hustle everyone, but, like, let the guards win so then they can keep them protected, keep cigarettes, because then, like, everyone wants cigarettes. And that's when Mike's attitude started changing. So,
He was playing with the brothers.
yeah.
Yeah, man. The cigarette thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I didn't look it up because this is my first time watching this movie. Edward Norton refused to smoke cigarettes because they want him to be a smoker. I think that's why his whole thing was that toothpick thing.
Yeah.
Instead, because but I feel like you can do the whole fake cigarette thing, right? I feel like in movies they have like
But he's against smoking,
he's an anti-smoker, like a avid
so he didn't even want to
non-smoker, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to smoke any cigarettes whatsoever. I don't do that. I don't even want to do fake cigarettes. I'm assuming too. And they're like, all right. So and his character was the same thing. So that was kind of cool. Where he's like, they say, hey, you don't even smoke cigarettes. And he's like, yeah, but y'all do. And then he ended up throwing them all. He had like, damn, he had hell of cigarettes.
And then, but he was like, wait, are we talking about the movie or Edward Norton?
The movie or
Yeah, so Edward Norton walks away with the cigarettes. He's like, you're getting the fuck out of jail. Why do you need cigarettes? And he's like, it's basically the fucking principle. Like, I have what you fucking wanted.
Yeah, and they can't fuck with him no more because he's out. That's crazy how you didn't even tell him that he was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's still playing the game and betting with y'all.
Yeah.
Like, this don't mean nothing to me. I'm just fucking with y'all. Yeah, that was sick.
So right out the gate, Worm asks Mike, hey, you gotta take me to the next spot. Mike's like, dude, I'm taking a break and everything. And he was like, well, I need to settle all my debt. Let's get something going on. Let's go across town or something. So then Mike caves in. And how often do you play poker in the casinos and everything?
Because of quarantine, it's been like a while.
Before quarantine.
Yeah.
Before
Was
quarantine.
it like kind of often or?
It depends like how well I did the last time I went. I guess
Even if you lose, you wouldn't go back and be like, all right, dude, like.
If I lose, I take a break. I take like a little bit of a break.
What's a break?
A week.
Like a couple. It could be like a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't like super into going to the casino. I like to play in Vegas. I don't really like to play in San Jose though. I think
Yeah.
I think I will
Now.
I will go to Bay 101.
And what's that, The Matrix?
No, Bay 101.
But,
Oh,
next to it.
but they're near each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right next to the door.
But I think I'm over Matrix. And
Can you
I-
play poker at Matrix?
Yeah.
You can. It's just blackjack. But there's no slot machines.
No slot machines.
No, none.
Is that against the law or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a dumb law.
They argue that it's like because it's skill games. You can have skill games or something.
So weird.
Yeah. So the reason why I ask is because
Stop.
I do.
Hold on. No, because there's some casinos in California that do slot machines. I went to one. Up
In
north.
Britain.
Like Indian
Britain.
Indian casinos are they get like an exception.
It probably was. It's San Pedro.
You're talking about
It's north.
the Britain, past San Francisco.
Yeah, but it's called the, what did I say?
Brixton.
No, what did I say?
The Britain.
No,
Grayton?
Grayton. Thank you. Grayton Casino.
I've been there. I went there not too long ago.
Yeah. So, Mike.
No, it was San Pedro Linen Casino.
And what is it?
I played
What
slot
city?
machines there.
What city?
San Pablo. I said San Pedro. San Pablo Casino had slot machines because I went there on the clock. I was like, I might as well. What's the line from Workaholics? Just do it.
Just do it. I was like,
Just do it. I was there. I was like, just do it.
And that is a Native American.
Okay, it says
Yeah.
that. Okay, so Native Americans because we took their
we.
LAND. It's
We.
not even a bad word. Yeah.
We.
Not me. I was just here.
Let the record show that Josh Beachy takes full responsibility.
No.
Yes, he does.
Well, Mike sets him up across town and sits in a game, and he joins. He interferes with and this interferes with his studies and his relationship with Joe, his girlfriend at the time, that's also at law.
Because we did that Clint Eastwood movie Gran Torino, I gotta mention that at first he's just gonna drop Worm off and let Worm play and like stick to his promise of not playing, and then he's driving, and then he makes like a U-turn, he goes back and
Says fuck it, yeah.
And what was cool, Worm knew he was gonna come back because they said, "Oh yeah, Worm said you're gonna be running late." That was sick. Y'all remember that line?
I jumped ahead though. Did you had that probably, huh?
No, you're right on the dot, yeah.
They did use a Clint Eastwood thing, so it's like they played with these guys and they Worm cheated and
Yeah, he called him Clint Eastwood. He says, I forgot the character's name. God, you had to come back.
Dirty Harry.
he's like I knew you'd come
It was
back.
like a fistful of dollars or something like that when they play poker and stuff.
Okay, but Clint Eastwood doesn't have a name in that movie.
The man with no name.
He is a man with no name. Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Well, that's his. Like he has no name, so we
Yeah.
call him the man with no name.
Yeah.
We either call it the Dollars trilogy or the man with no name trilogy.
Yeah.
He has no name.
He's like I knew you'd be back. It's like because your favorite whatever the outlaw Josie Wales man, the man with no name.
Okay, so Josie Wells is a whole different movie,
Yeah.
but that's also Clint Eastwood.
He always doubles back for a friend.
Yeah.
That's what's
See?
up.
So and then they started playing with these frat boys, right? Just a couple $1,000, not even something big.
Yeah.
And Joe is the girlfriend and knows that Mike has a problem. Doesn't really confront him, and Mike always makes lies. I was just running late. Me and Worm just talked everything. I'm just gonna take a shower. Let's go study. And she actually goes through the pockets and sees
What a
money in them.
fucking bitch. Nah, I get what she's doing, but still, like, no, he's an idiot for keeping his money in his pocket too. Though.
So the quote this might have happened before. The thing that you were talking about was he goes to like a lawyer game because he's just like dropping something off, and he's able to predict everybody's hand.
Yeah,
remember, and that's when he goes home the first time, and he's like, I didn't even play.
Yeah.
Like he just like because he mentioned like I looked good in front of the lawyers or the judges. And I think I could like get set up for the summer.
Would you be mad if you're at that table and some guy comes up and is like, "Hey, don't play that. I know what he has." Like, wouldn't you be mad for the other guys? You'd be like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like,
I think it's a casual enough game that he was like taken off guard, but he's like,
It wasn't like high stake type of poker.
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of buddies probably putting in, well, for lawyers probably a few $100, but nothing too crazy, you know.
but
So,
you wouldn't do that. Like, if you knew the game, you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that if I was at a casino.
Would you do that with like these guys that you don't really know? You know, one guy.
If I knew like the professor, yeah,
You would? Oh.
yeah, with the
he
professor.
could
It was
tell.
because they showed the relationship like the professor was kind of, they had that like father son kind of
I
relationship.
get that, but the other guys, no.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He was looking at his hand,
Oh, it doesn't
and then
matter.
he was just telling everyone else's tale.
Oh, that's okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't know poker.
I-
I feel like
no,
that's
no,
cheating.
no,
but-
no,
No, you
no.
probably would be like Daniel would be pissed off probably.
Right,
Okay,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
I was sitting at the table,
Yeah.
I would be mad.
Yeah, okay.
But if someone like way better than me was like, if I was a rookie at the game and someone like came to help me, I'd be like,
Yeah.
help me.
Yeah, help me, help me.
But
Yeah,
but if
yeah.
I was another player, I'd be like, do not,
Yeah.
don't even talk to him.
Yeah, don't even talk about it. Yeah,
So
Don't
there
even
was a
look
few-
at him.
yeah. And that was the thing, because Joe, and I get what you're saying, Josh, because Joe just jumps into the conclusion of like, you're just gambling, you're doing it again, and so it's like, nah, like, take a breather, like, we're fine, I'm fine, everything's fine, but it's still in the back of our mind. So Worm runs into, oh no, so this is what happens. So Warren takes out $10,000, starts off with $2,000 under Mike's credit, and normally you have to pay it down.
And that's okay. So I can go to a place and be like, yo,
You
I'm
got to
gonna
build a
lose.
relationship.
Yeah,
you
okay,
have to build
okay.
a relationship. Like I have a bookie, and I build that relationship up. So let's just say if I ever lose money, if I'm down like let's just say $500, he knows I'm good for it, and he won't even ask for it until like there's a limit.
Yeah.
So I mean, Mike is a good poker like player that. He's good for it because he always pays his debts and stuff like that. He's never running away.
But he
anything
never
like that.
was like, oh yeah, if he fucks up, go ahead and put my name. They were just like, the people were just like, yeah, that's fine, we'll do it.
Well, no. So he was there. He's like, just put 2,000 under my name. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Boom. So and then he starts playing. Then he's up $10,000. So basically, he's up 8,000 because he has to give 2,000 back, and that's the bookie's fault. What was her name?
Jean Grey.
Yeah, Jean Grey, the character. Let me see if I can find her right off the bat, which I can't. Josh, I thought you knew her name.
Her name's Famke Janssen in real life, but Petra is her.
Yeah, so Petra told them the explanation. He was like, "You only won 8,000. You don't take the credit, which you don't. You never take the credit."
Especially when it's on your friend's account.
Yeah,
I think.
and then Worm is like, "He's good for it. You heard about that. I just want to keep playing. Like, just give it to me, and you get it in a week." I don't know why, because normally, I mean, this is new, like you said. Like, this is a new whole ball game with like underground poker and everything, and now it's just becoming popular. Why she trusts in Worm, but she gave him the whole 10,000. So already, right off the bat, Mike is down $2,000 without even playing.
Yeah.
So
When a trivia kind of question is, when he loses that first hand at the beginning of the movie, loses $30,000 to a higher full house. He says he's talking to Kanish and he's like all depressed and he's like, I'm down to the felt. Josh, what do you think that means?
I'm down to the felt,
I'm down to the felt.
like a felt pen.
No.
No.
Do you
I
know?
don't
Do you know down to the felt?
no,
There's so many things like that. Like the table is made out of felt, right?
Uh,
So if you have
like
no
crooked.
the
No,
table,
the
felt
material.
Okay, yeah.
So like if you have a bunch of chips in front of you and then there's just felt in front of you, that means you have nothing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm down to
down to the felt.
I lost all
I'm
my money.
blank. I can see the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now he's negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like negative.
Oh, okay.
So he's under $2,000 right there, and then Worm runs into Grandma, and he's a pimp.
Oh my god, he was so good. I love his wardrobe in the movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say accent.
He's like wearing like a Komodo like a Komodo, and like had like the bowler hat thing going. Oh, he was sick.
So I've never seen this, heard of this, or anything, but I can see it. But so I guess Grandma bought Worm's debt. So now Worm owes Grandma $25,000.
Can you do that?
I mean, I guess.
Who does that though? Like I'm like,
That's what I didn't.
it's
get
like
at.
I'm gonna buy you because I want to own this guy. I guess.
Well, it's not a legit business, no.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
But it's just a weird thing to do unless you just.
But that's the thing. It's like I owe Daniel $50, but Josh paid.
But I don't want to
me.
deal with him anymore, so I'm like, here, you can buy his debt, and then you take care of him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Would
but
you
it's
do
like,
that?
but like with someone like Worm who's like very sketchy, and you might not get your money like anytime soon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You're just putting yourself in a headache. I feel like, but again, it's a movie. Gotta have a plot. So that's what they came up with, and I'll accept it.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I just couldn't believe it. So, Worm works with the KGB, or works for KGB.
Do we know what that means?
What is it?
It's a Russian
Mob.
intelligence mob thing.
Yeah, gang.
KGB.
Yeah.
But we don't know if it
KGB.
means like killer goes
It's
bang bang.
It's something in Russian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to speak Russian. I don't even think I know a word in Russian.
So Mike does not know what's going on over here, but with all this that's happening, he's already slacking off in school, and it's starting to show. He shows up late for like meetings, and even what's his face? Joey, is that his name?
Kanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approaches to Mike and says, Worm is just going out of control. Basically, he's in debt already. And he's like, what? He's in debt already? He's like, yeah, he's in debt. He's going crazy. He's like, let me talk to him and everything. And Joe is starting to noticing changes again. I guess his habits again of just leaving and ditching and everything. And it really affected him in law school because, like you said earlier in the film, while Mike was reading his professor's cards, he actually started bonding with them, and they had this trial run, and he wasn't prepared at all.
Did they and she says like she relates it to like when somebody's like really good at softball, they want to hire the guy because like he could play on their softball team. That happened on King of Queens. Did I bring up King of Queens last time?
you have.
Neither of you, but yeah. But Kanish, yeah, he's there to help, but the guys they look down on him because he kind of just grinds it out. He doesn't take big risks.
Yeah.
But that keeps him out of trouble. So.
Yeah, I mean, he only puts in 200, and he's done playing. Because he knows what he wants to play and everything. So, Mike meets up with Worm, asks him what is going on. He said it's not a big deal. He's just down $25,000. Well, now $15,000 because he gave $10,000 to Worm. Because Worm bullied him in the bathroom. And they decided to go to Atlantic City.
You just said Grandma bullied Worm.
Yeah.
In the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you said.
Mike? Nah.
No.
Nah.
I just thought you
ain't bullying nobody.
No. So and then Mike goes home, and Joe's gone. She left all her stuff, right? And Worm finds an opportunity of just not bashing this relationship, but more of a sense of, yeah, man, like you did everything for her, and this is how she replays you. Fuck, let's go gamble, dude. Let's get our minds set off and everything. He's a big instigator. He's not a good friend. He's really not a good friend.
But he says one of the funniest lines to me is that he's like, that's why they say in the poker game of life, women are the rake, and then Mike's like, what saying is that? And he's like, I don't know. There should be a saying.
Yeah, that was good. I like
But
that.
you guys, I would assume, don't know what rake is.
What's
No,
a rake?
I don't.
Rake is what the casino takes during a poker game. So like women, they're taken from you.
They just takers.
Fuck. I don't think you talked about this one.
I didn't talk about the beers that you provided.
So I just took a sip, and goddamn, this motherfucker's strong.
It's the Full Bore Brewery from the Devil's Canyon. What is it? I think it's 7% alcohol.
7%, bro.
Yeah, 7%.
Scotch ale, so it goes with the vibe of the movie.
Who's Scottish?
No, but Scotch.
Oh, Scotch.
They were talking about Scotch. That's why I got the Scotch whiskey. But yeah, it's gnarly, bro.
And that's from San Carlos, California. So that's like an exit
open
away.
this one up? Yeah, no.
I will. I drank the.
I had a little shiner. Left from the
It
last
tastes like a
podcast.
stout. It's very dark.
No, but you didn't talk about the.
I didn't talk about Mother Earth. Where it gives you instructions how you drink it. So you. Yeah, there's instructions in the back.
I know. And a
Step
video.
1, grab a glass. Step 2, flip the can 3 times. Step 3, pull hard, so directly down. Step 4, let it settle. Step 5, enjoy. And I don't even know where this is from. Where's this from, Josh?
California somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it got Twitter, Instagram, logos all over this fucking bitch.
Have you been to Devil's Canyon?
5% alcohol. No, Devil's Canyon. Where's that at?
San Carlos.
The brewery.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking
But the
about
funny
the
thing is
actual
I
Devil's
work out
Canyon.
right next to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You should.
24.
You should. There's a couple cool breweries in.
There is.
San Carlos.
Yeah, it's really close. Yeah. Good spot. So, Josh, you like it? Yeah, it's alright.
No, I like it, but you know what, guys? I'm a little like that gin. It's got me going, bro.
Got you
It's
going.
got me going. I wish we didn't have gin, but we had to do it. But no, it's good. It's just strong. It's pretty strong. But it tastes like a stout. It's an ale, but it tastes like a fucking stout or a porter. It's very dark, coffee-like.
Yeah.
Dead air.
Dead air.
I don't care.
So, when they're in
Long
Atlantic,
hair, don't care.
So in Atlantic City, Worm is gone for a good period of time.
And where's Atlantic City for the listeners, bro? That's in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a trip from where they're at. It's like over 2 hours.
So rounders, I don't know what that. So, because I'm an idiot, I thought rounders meant because the chips are circle, like around.
No.
I had to look it up, and it just means like
Going from place to place.
going
playing
place to
poker.
place.
Making
Yeah.
making the rounds.
making the rounds. Yeah.
Making
So,
rounds.
so Mike bumps into his crew from the KGB Underground, correct?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
So Mike runs down, meets up with the people, or runs into the people that he meets at the KGB Underground,
Does he?
or some other place.
They're connected. They're
Yeah.
they're shady
So
people.
so
as
they
well.
they all know. So and then the whole game is that they weren't trying to bet against each other, but the two seats that were open, they basically took their money. They weren't playing against each other, but they weren't playing with each other. But they all basically attacked the newbies or the
fish.
the fish.
The fish.
The
Because they're poker sharks, and the tourists that come around are the fish.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So then,
The quote is like they're not playing together, but they're not really playing against each other either. Because why would you go against the other good players? You're like they're all gonna pick on the tourists.
yeah.
Easy money, baby.
So then they win some money, go back home. Everything is cool. They're like, all right, we'll figure it out. And that's when Worm actually tells Mike that he's in debt $15,000, and Mike decides to help Worm to win money to play several games around the city, right? So they're on a winning streak and everything, and then you could see how Mike plays small, or like not safe, I would say, but not like convincing of like I'm here to take all your money.
Tight aggressive.
Tight aggressive. There you go. And Worm is not about that shit. Worm is all
Yeah.
about like all in, and he's like fuck this shit. Like let's go fucking take this shit. And he's loud.
Yeah.
He's super
loud.
loud.
Makes a scene.
No, but I know people that in casinos that are just loud, but they're not as smart as Worm.
But you would think the person that's trying to cheat everyone out of their money would like be a little bit more reserved.
You would.
I think.
Yeah, you would think.
But just has that personality.
Yeah, so they were on a winning streak. Mike earns like about 7,000 in 3 days, something like that.
Yeah.
7,000 maybe, and some change.
They're halfway there. They're about halfway there.
They're about halfway there, so everything is good. But they need to double it in 2 days. So I mean, they had a good winning streak. Worm directs Mike to an out-of-town game hosted by the New York State Troopers. And then this is where it got a little crazy because Mike is like, look, I don't know about this. And he said, dude, it's the same shit. It's just people with uniforms. This is the guy I got connected with. Let's just do it from prison. He's like, okay, but the deal is that let me do it myself and just chill for 8 hours. He said, what the fuck am I going to do? Go bowling and everything? He's like, Worm, I'm serious. Like, and Mike was in a hot streak.
Yeah.
He was.
He at first when Worm tells Mike where they're going, he's just like municipal workers, and then they drive like over 5 hours, I think, and then it's like just a bunch of cop cars.
Yeah.
License.
There's was a line that Worm
They're
said.
not government, they're state or something like that.
Yeah.
Worm said a line. I wrote it down, but I can't even think of the context of it. But he wrote, "Depends on the grip." You remember that?
I do. I do.
It caught me. I thought that was a cool line.
Yeah. That was from the rake part. Women are the rake part. He's like, no. It was Petra and him talking, and he's like, she's really got him by the balls. He says she's really got him by the balls, and she goes, "Is that so bad?" And he's like, "Depends on the grip."
Yeah, I thought that was fucking cool. Yeah, that was a good line. Yeah.
I have like the whole movie memorized.
Yeah, that's why I just wrote the line, and I knew someone would figure it out.
Yeah.
So Mike wants Worm to promise him, or else he's not doing it. Worm agrees, and Mike goes in as Worm, saying that he was in a penitentiary, right, state penitentiary, saying, "Hey, I know your cousin. He was a guard over here. Blah blah blah." He's like, "All right, sit down. Let's play." And he was doing really good. And then, coincidentally, somewhere at the bowling alley, because they even said, "Hey, look who I found in the bowling alley."
Yeah.
Worm comes in. Mike doesn't know how to react. He acts like he doesn't know him. And they go for it. They're like, "Okay, let's play." And they're losing money big. So, were they up 15,000 at this point? Do we know?
I think they were getting close.
Yeah. So, or you know what? I think Mike was up almost 15,000 before Worm came. I think that was crazy because he could have just gone up and left, but there was still I think they said a few hours left to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mike could have just gone up and left, but he decided to stay, and that's when the Worm comes in.
They catch him, they're playing and Mike is trying to fold all these great hands that Worm is giving him. He's trying to not make it obvious, but
Yeah.
Worm is making it really obvious. And then eventually they say that one of the cops is like, "I caught a hanger." And
What's a hanger, Josh?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what's the hang. I mean, I kind of know now, but go ahead for the listeners. What's the hanger?
So Worm is like a mechanic, and he's he's base dealing. He's dealing off the bottom of the deck. So if there's an ace on the bottom of the deck, then he can just give that card to his
But
friend.
how can you tell?
How could you're like a magician. You're
So what? He had
Because
that card under the whole
you
time.
can't check the bottom to see if you have an ace.
If people are drinking, then you're just
I'm just moving my hand,
I wouldn't know exactly how he does it, but you can get so good that you can put cards in different.
So he was losing little by little, Mike, just so it's not obvious. He had great hands.
He was being given great hands. He'd fold some of them, otherwise it would have been too obvious. But then there's that part where the guy's just staring at Worm, and he just doesn't feel him staring at him. And then he catches him, and Mike's like, "I was winning before this happened," but they're like, "Okay, let's see what was gonna happen." They're like, "Let's just play the hand out. Let's see what was gonna happen," and it obviously helped.
Well, they said, "Let's check the bottom."
Yeah.
Let's check the bottom. In these type of games, Underground, is there? Well, I'm asking Daniel as if he's been in many of these.
Probably not.
But in these poker games that you play, you always pass each hand, after each hand, you give it to the left, right?
Yeah.
And they're the new dealer.
Right.
Okay. Do you think it was like that over there too, or was
I think
was it Mike just the only dealer? Because in the movie it looked like just Mike was the only.
You mean
dealer.
Worm? You mean
No, Mike, Matt Damon.
you
Because
thought,
remember,
you thought he was the only dealer?
right? No,
Oh, you're saying for the KGB part?
no, not the KGB
The
part.
police.
The
For the-
state troopers.
Well, obviously Worm was dealing some of the time because he was giving Mike all the good cards.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would be a
Oh, that's right. That's how he knew that he had good hands.
it would be a rotation. But when
Yeah.
when we would play with my friends, my friends would trust me to deal, and I wouldn't trust them to deal. So at some points, I would be dealing for
For your
everybody,
friend. Oh, okay.
and they would like to just be hanging out, not having to deal with dealing, and I would because it would
already.
They wanna have a good time. It would just make me cringe when somebody can't shuffle or messes up dealing or something.
So I know you brought it up where Worm does come into the room where they're playing poker with the police officer. You know he's gonna be there, right? That was a surprise to Mike, correct?
It's
That's
not
how I felt like me as a first-time
it's,
viewer.
it's not a super surprise because Worms always mess around like that. But they did have an agreement: you're not gonna come play.
Okay.
And then, like he said, he gets connected at the bowling alley, so he almost like finds an excuse to come out and play.
Okay.
And because they're like, look who we found at the bowling alley. So,
Yeah.
like, he likes to play cards.
Yeah.
So yeah. But then once they're caught.
I think they're really good at like not knowing each other. I think they did that pretty cool. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really
When
get
you
much
had
eye
to.
contact, and when you did, you're like, oh hey, well, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
But-
Like you would do with anyone else. Yeah.
But it didn't save them from getting beaten.
Dude, I wrote, what the fuck? These cops are ruthless, bro.
Well, they got their money taken.
Yeah, but they can just get it back. They can just be like, hey, we're gonna take this money, y'all can go. But they.
What? No.
What? No.
It's a lot of money.
It is. But it's like.
Put it this way. It's
But look,
$7,000.
Matt Damon was whooping their motherfucking asses before that motherfucker got there, too. He was. He was
Yeah.
cleaning them out.
But why would you care about that? Like if I just pickpocketed you right now and I'm like, and then you're like, hey, I saw you pickpocket me. You'd be
Yeah,
like,
you're
can I
right.
just have it back?
Nah, you're right.
Come on.
You're right. But if I've already pickpocketed you a few times, I'm already making that money already. It's like, all right, you can pickpocket me once or twice. I already got you 100 times. No, but I don't know. That was
See, they lost it all. So right here, they lost everything, and they go their own ways on this one because Worm agrees to just leave town.
This is where I give the movie my 3 stars.
And why is that?
Edward Norton, okay, this is it's a hot take. I don't think he's that much in the movie. He comes in kind of late, and then he just leaves, and you don't see him the rest of the half. There's a good chunk of the movie left, and he's not in it. I'm like, I hope he comes back.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come back.
Dude, I guess this is based off a book or some shit, and I guess
He does.
I truly think you're gonna watch this movie a second time. You're gonna give it 2. You're gonna give it 2.
you think so?
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
it tonight.
I wish Ed Norton was in it the whole movie.
But he is in it more than you think because you even said that the movie flew by, right?
It did, yeah, it is.
So it is a Matt Damon movie. Matt Damon is the star.
Mm-hmm.
Worm is in it, but just like not as much as Matt Damon. Like
Yeah.
it's about Matt Damon. But he's
Like
in
we
it.
didn't get no. I don't think we got no closure really from him.
Well, he just messed up over and
He
over
did,
again.
I
He's
get
got to
that.
get out of
But
Dodge.
Well, that's the
They-
thing.
listen,
Like,
like,
you
they've
gotta
been-
cut him off. You gotta cut him off.
Listen, like they've been
Like,
friends for a cool minute.
And
And it
Mike-
seems like I'm sure he's fucked over Mike hella times.
This is a big one,
This is
though.
the last straw. This is
This
the
is
last straw.
I think that if they made a sequel, they would meet up again. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Like
They
they're
have to.
They're like brothers. They're like brothers.
Yeah.
But Mike has to like go into hiding because he can't find a way to get that money.
Yeah.
So Mike does pay off his debt eventually.
Yeah, he does.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But so he does pay off the debt. They probably will catch up again. But
Yeah. Let's
we
write-
shouldn't skip ahead.
no.
No.
Was I skipping?
No.
No,
I
we-
would
oh,
maybe
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I was like, oh shit, did
No.
I skip ahead? So, like right here, out of the blue, like Mike is like, dude, like, look, we're just gonna tell him, like, he's just a fucking pimp. Grandma's just a fucking pimp. Like, we'll tell him that we don't have it, and he's just gonna give it an extension. Well, Warren finally confesses that Graham is actually working for KGB with their lives in danger. So Worm decides to get the fuck out. Mike returns to the city, and then cutting times with Worm. This is where he finds out from Pentra that Mike has been using his money or his credit. Correct?
No, he knew. I think he knew before. That. Oh yeah, we passed that part. So you guys are the.
Oh, this is before the police state trooper.
This is before that. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
this is what kind of sends them over. So not only is Worm in debt with the worst kind of people, Grandma, KGB, but he's in debt with the poker house or whatever Petra helps run. And so she goes over and sees Mike, and they must have had like a relationship before he got in his other relationship or something like that. But they watch like a poker movie or like he's watching like poker.
Johnny
highlights.
Chan.
Yeah, and then she says the reason she's there is to say Worm's got you.
Sure, that's the reason she's there.
That's
did. She
one of the
walked
two
out.
reasons. That's one of the two reasons that she's there.
She left after.
No, he's saying that. No, but the romantic thing, like she
Yeah.
also likes Mike.
She's trying to get it in.
So
I can stay.
yeah.
I can stay.
So, but the first reason she's there is to say that Worm has gotten you into debt, and he's like cut him off.
Here's some money.
And then he acts cool about it, but after she leaves, he like throws the glass
because he couldn't fucking believe it. So that's where he finds out that's where he owes.
And that's it with her, huh? That's her last scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said she was a pretty useless character. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, that's just how I feel.
That's just how
I like her. Like, she's a beautiful woman.
Okay,
but
how many main characters can you have in a movie?
Just a couple.
You got Mike. Edward Norton's not in it enough for you. Petra's not in it enough for you.
You can't please me.
He said this about every character. Every character's not in enough. You like.
I want to see more.
Malkovich is not enough.
Look, I can get less of Matt Damon and get more of the KGB. More Gamma. Get more Gamma. Hell yeah.
Grandma?
Yeah.
Grandma,
not Gamma. Gamma. Where'd you get that from?
Grandma.
So you love this movie so much that you want more, and yet you gave it a 3. I'm upset now.
Well, if I got more of these characters that I did invest in, I would have given it maybe a 2, brother.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe, baby.
So Mike goes up to Grandma, asks for more time. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, doesn't get it. Like, maybe he gets a day.
Yeah.
He's got like a day to do it.
And then Mike asks everywhere. So he asked Joey for the money, but he refused out of his principle. And then during that conversation, Mike actually reveals his motivation of that loss against the KGB in the first few minutes. And why he thinks he can compete with possibly win the World Series.
But he told him his story about how he...
So yeah, that's what
is that true? Or is he lying? I always thought he was lying.
I think it's true.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
Well, no,
they made it seem like he was lying.
No, because I could
see
see that because all he wanted to see if he could play with the best. He's like, and I did play with the best. I beat him. Because if you did beat him, then you would have bragged it around, and then you would have just said it so many times.
Yeah.
So,
but for him, he kept it to himself, and that was it.
So this is a part where poker players will kind of be like, I don't know about that. So it's like that scene where he's playing against Johnny Chan. So he like admittedly is like he didn't have enough money to sit at that table, but he wanted to see if he could just play him like that one time. And so just the way he describes it of like, oh, I folded most of the time, but like the blinds would kind of hit you. So sometimes poker players would be like, that story's a little bit off. But if you're watching a movie, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
And then he quotes Worm saying, "Seeing all the angles, but doesn't have the stones to play any." And
and that's where he calls him a punk for saying that, because he has been helpful to Mike in the past, and Mike's just like, but I don't need a lecture right now. I'm in trouble. I need your help to get out of it.
Yeah, he just wants to get out of debt, and it's just crazy how much he's like trying, like he's reaching out to people that he shouldn't be. Like for instance, the professor.
Well, honestly, those are the people he has to reach out to. As us viewers know, we don't know his parents. We don't know any of that. Like, we knew his girlfriend, we knew the professor, and his best friend, Worm. So he has to hit up one of those people.
That could be another knock on the movie, though, that they're like 2 law students paying for law.
But that's the thing.
And like they live in New York, and they're able to afford
sick ass apartment.
But that's the thing. He should just pay it and leave. He didn't.
All right, you ready to get mad at me?
Always.
I could compare that to Friends. You like when we talk about Friends?
Yeah.
like Friends, they say how they afford that apartment. Like Rachel's like not really working, and then she's like
Monica's not.
Monica takes
she's just a chef.
And they're in New York in that show, right?
Yeah, the condo. That shit.
Makes no sense. I mean, I was gonna even say even with Seinfeld, but no, he's a stand-up. He's a shitty stand-up in the show. Like they don't even really.
It's only in the beginning of the.
Yeah, that's it. You never see him like, oh, I have a show tonight. It's never that. It's like, okay, so this fool never works.
He did a show with that middle school or whatever. You remember that episode?
I don't remember that. He did stuff for a middle school. It's like going to a bar mitzvah and performing.
So instead of paying the KGB back, he's playing, and I think this is crazy. he says it's not your money until in the morning, or it's my money until the morning. KGB is like, yes, your money
Yes.
until the morning. And then I think he said, "Oh,
We
you
didn't
will
even
have
talk
it
about
like
the
yours."
Oreos, man.
We're getting
Well,
there.
hold on.
Well, he ate
there.
Oreo in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but like we find out.
I used to do this as a kid. Ooh, that was a bad one. I used to do this as a kid. Split the Oreo in half.
Split the Oreo in half.
Luis, talk about your Oreos.
Do you like that? So
Yeah.
one time,
We're just
my
eating on the
grandfather had shit, dude. So one time I was with my
Gosh,
grandfather.
look what I did.
I know, bro.
I was dipping it in milk, but I just dipped it in whole and I like bit it just cause I just wanted to see how it tastes like.
What'd you do?
I dipped the Oreo. I didn't even break it off. I just dipped it in I just
Dip it in what?
milk.
That's fine. That's normal.
No, but my grandfather's like, do you not know how to eat an Oreo? Like he
Oh,
butchered me.
He told you about
He
opening
said
it up.
opening it. No,
Your
I knew about dipping it.
Yeah.
But just in front of him, I just decided I just want to try it out. Just dip it, take a bite.
That's how I do it.
But you break it
I don't do that. As a kid, I did that.
and you bite it.
Yeah. No, as a kid, I used to split it and like scrape. I used to scrape the cream with my teeth.
Yeah.
And then eat the cookie later, which is like the worst part. But when I got older, what I do now, I'll fill up. If I'm really gonna go down and eat some Oreos, like really get with it, I'll fill up my glass of milk. I'll dump like 4 or 5 fucking Oreos into the milk, let them get all soggy. Cause dude, when you eat an Oreo when it's super soggy, I think it's the best fucking taste ever.
I agree.
Oh,
So Mike challenges KGB to a second
What?
hands up, no limit.
oh my god, fucking day! I can't believe you didn't like. You take off the flannel.
Want a cookie?
No, dude, that's sick. He has a fucking shirt of the movie. Oh
Of
my
course he
god.
does.
But I didn't notice that at all. Oh my god, that's cool. Fucking A.
Of course he does.
Look at Daniel coming prepared.
You know.
I love this guy.
So he's ready to play the game with the remaining debt and winner take all stake, which KGB accepts. Mike beats KGB in the first session and winning like about $20,000 because it was going to be enough to pay him back,
Yeah.
and then a start to pay back his professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right? And he was like, "That's all good," but then KGB started egging him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Couldn't leave well left alone, motherfucker.
And he basically like said like, yeah, just leave. I still have, let's see, what, $40,000 under your name because I beat you from the last time. No, 30,000 or 25, something like that. It was like 25,000, 25. I think it was 25. And then he was like, yeah, you go, like whatever. I still have money that you paid me, so I'm still the winner. So he said, fuck it, let's play. So they let it ride and continue the game, but Mike, with enough payoff of the most of his debts, he decides to, KGB taunts him and everything. Mike doubles the blinds and risk of losing everything to KGB again, and possibly his life, because if he loses, like, they know that he won't be able to pay anything. So Mike spots KGB's tail, and what's his tail?
The Oreos.
The Oreos.
But he eats them all the time. What's that whole thing about, what does it say, don't take? What does it say on there? Don't eat? Don't take?
Don't
touch.
touch.
Don't touch.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you talk about it for
Don't
everybody
touch
else.
my cookies.
Don't touch my cookies. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
And he puts them in like a stack that's like meant for chips.
Yeah, I know, like this is a chips.
He loves-
that's what I thought.
He
Yeah,
loves
yeah.
Oreos.
Yeah, I see that.
But it's like,
He loves poker too.
if he eats the Oreo, then I think he's
That's
good.
such a bad tell. Like, you seem like he would be like, he would know. Like, he would know not to do that. I guess, like, if you're a really good poker player, I feel like you wouldn't have a tell. And if you did, you wouldn't use it. Like, oh, I'm fucked up, I have to do something complete opposite. Like, I don't know.
It is.
I don't know.
It
I don't know
is
poker.
a weird thing. I think that they like.
Because that's very noticeable, like, the whole cookie thing. But, again, it's a movie. I understand that. But I don't know. You have, like, I've already asked you already if you had a tail or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think I've done like the basic tells. Like you have like if you're like leaning forward or if you're leaning back, relaxed. Like, cause it's the opposite. It's the however you look, it's like the opposite.
Mhm.
If you look like super relaxed, then
Yeah.
it's like you're just trying to look relaxed. So
Yeah.
like obviously you're trying to get away with something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of backwards like that. But then I think just we all love the Oreos thing, right? Like everybody
Oh,
loves
oh,
that.
yeah, I love-
so
I
they
do.
they got that into it. But you don't notice your tells. I've been playing for so long. My brother and our friend, they probably know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't know.
I actually have played poker once when I took an internship out in Maryland, and they were teaching me as we played, but like I didn't care what I bet, like, and they said, I remember him saying this, he goes, you know what, a first time poker player is kind of hard to fucking to read.
Yeah.
Like
That's why they say beginner's luck.
yeah.
Well, and they don't know what they're doing, so you don't know what they're doing because
Yeah.
they're doing things that they're just like guessing.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
There's no pattern
Uh-huh.
to find.
So maybe I should go to Vegas and fucking clean that motherfucker out.
I think it would be fun. I think the best times
I
is
think it
just
would be
playing.
fun.
Well, playing. Again, I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm talking about blackjack. If you take the whole table with your friends, I don't know about poker. Poker, you're just trying to win money anyway, so you don't want that.
So in that like the biggest part of the movie, to me, I think about how like poker strategy. You guys might not be thinking about the poker strategy, but in the Johnny Chan thing that he's watching with Petra,
I
that
don't
part,
know why I was thinking Jackie Chan.
Johnny Chan.
That's fucked
So
up.
Johnny Chan traps Eric Seidel in this like they're down to the last two people in the World Series of Poker. So he's like, you're checking, and if the other guy checks, then you don't win that money. So you're trapping him. You're like being like, check, like I'm not trying to raise you, hoping that they try to bluff you, hoping that because you have good cards. And that same thing happens at the end of the movie against KGB. He's just like, check.
Is this disrespectful, bro?
Yeah, check.
Is this disrespectful? Is this disrespectful? I never played poker.
Swim.
Hey,
Stop it,
Don't-
KGB.
don't splash the pot. Don't splash the
I wrote that.
pot. Yeah.
Don't
I
splash.
splashed the pot. I flashed the pot where the fuck I please.
Exactly. It's my club. Yeah, it's my club.
It's actually not rude though.
I,
Because you
I,
can just
to
toss
me, it looks rude.
No,
To me, it seems
so
rude.
I mean, here's the problem: is like if you're splashing we're keeping track of what's going on in this game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're raising this amount, he's calling, we're keeping. So splashing, that doesn't.
I get
It
what
makes
you're
it
saying.
hard.
I get what you're
I
saying.
couldn't- I'm
If
not
it was
trying to
big
count
money,
that.
but like for instance, if I got like a 25 and I just toss it.
I don't know.
If
bro.
you're tossing one chip, then it's gonna be fine. But if you're just like making a mess.
Yeah,
of
yeah, and
everything,
you can't even count how much is
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
stake. Yeah, I get you.
I said fuck that.
So he keeps checking.
But
Mike
Mike is-
baits KGB in this one.
right.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
all in this one, and defeats. And that's where I thought it was. I mean, I get it, but the total win was $60,000. And KGB admits that he won after him like throwing this big ass fit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, fuck it.
You're a baby.
So
Well-
grandma actually got fucked.
I always think you're
over.
saying grandma every time you say
It
that.
is grandma or grandma.
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 We all, I don't know.
He still has to pay. He won it.
The
but he still has
15.
to
The
pay.
15.
But so, do you guys know what on tilt means?
I have that. I don't. But I have that as one as a question for you. Yeah. I
So-
don't know what that means.
So the whole time,
Like
Mike is trying to
You play on a tilt.
antagonize him. So like,
Is that a frustration?
he's trying to frustrate him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's like, I don't think he really cares about the splash of the pot. He's like, don't splash the pot, because he knows it's gonna get on his nerves. Like, this is my club. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then what's the other part that he's like? Yeah, he's doing everything to try to get on his nerves. Like, and so he says like he doesn't have a lot of time. So he's like, I found your tell. Like usually, if you're doing this or something, if you're making moves, like why would I tell you? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep trying to capitalize from knowing what your tell is.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, and I know what your tell is because he knows it's gonna frustrate him. He's
Even
trying
more.
to win faster. He's trying to,
Yeah.
because he only has till morning
yeah,
before he's like.
yeah. And that's when he
Murdered
talks.
He's like murdered.
So he has enough to pay Worm. He has enough to pay Pentra, and then he has enough to pay his professor, and then he has the money that he lost, 3 stacks high society, or
Right.
3 stacks of high society.
Yep.
Yeah, and drops out of law school, which was stupid.
That's sick, bro. College dropout.
No, that's fine, but I mean,
I'm just joking.
but I mean, like he was there. Like the thing that's frustrating is like he had potential. Professor, like for instance, like the least thing you could do is like your professor gave you $10,000, like finish, at least for his sake.
Finish
You know?
him.
No, I mean I disagree.
Why?
Because
It's like one of those things. Like, dude, like he paid me $10,000. Like he sticked out his neck for me. Like I gotta do this favor for him because I'm like his little protege.
Kind
No.
I thought
not-
that.
I-
I thought that. But go ahead.
No.
You know the movie more than anyone.
So the
It's his Bible.
professor is bailing him out. He's like, he knows he's in trouble.
You know what?
But
You're right.
all their conversation is about like, do what you're passionate about. Do what you're meant to
The
be.
bar mitzvah and everything.
The big thing is like he's
Oh
like
yeah,
he's
that was
like
a good scene about the bar mitzvah. Because he was religious, right?
Yeah. Well, his family was a
And,
rabbi.
and he's like, fuck it.
not bar mitzvah. It's a mitzvah or something. Anyways,
His bar
like
mitzvah.
What is a bar mitzvah?
we can't run from who we are. Our destiny chooses us. So at one point, Mike asked him like, because the professor's parents didn't like the direction he went in life. So at one point, Mike's like, okay, so if you could do it all over again, would you have made different choices? And he's like, what choice? Like our destiny chooses us. Like you gotta do what you gotta do. So he wasn't. They had like come to an agreement. Like I'm not a lawyer. So he doesn't. I don't think he judges him for that. He paid him back also.
Yeah. And then he leaves to go to play in the World Series of Poker.
We need a sequel.
3 shots.
We need a sequel.
You want a sequel? You gave it 3 shots. That's what makes me mad.
I think 3. I gave Superbad a 3, and I love
Oh.
Superbad. Yeah, so I gave Superbad a 3.
What did you give Superbad?
2.
But I feel like
Just
2
because of mainly the soundtrack. Just because
I should have given
I
it a 2.
thought
Maybe
because
I maybe should have given it a 2. But
we graduated the same year that movie was made, like their senior year. I thought they should have played more of our generation music, but they're playing like freaking Casey and the Sunshine Band, and Fogel's like fucking breaking it down with this hot girl, and it's just like Boogeyman. I love the song. Don't get me wrong, but I've been in so many house parties that song's never played.
You and I.
It's not gonna be fun.
You would. I think. Did we agree that you and I like comedy movies? But I mean, we like comedy TV shows, but we kind of like other types of genres for movies sometimes. Like it's harder to make a good comedy movie, don't you think?
I think so.
So I think between 2 and 3 is actually correct on that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else?
Yeah, I don't think there's any comedy. Okay, no, there's a couple comedy movies where I'll put a 1. That's like Blazing Saddles is one of my favorite movies.
You're saying there's like a couple. I see.
Yeah, there's a couple, but yeah,
Dumb and Dumber.
No, not at all.
Do you not like Dumb and Dumber?
I don't.
I
don't care for it.
I don't love Dumb and Dumber.
Oh
I'm sorry.
man.
But
Our producer just watched Liar Liar. That's one of her favorites, I think.
I do like Liar
No,
Liar.
but it's one of your favorites.
Okay, it's one of Jim Carrey's favorites.
Oh, I just think it's funny.
Dumb and Dumber.
Fuck.
I like something. He'll be like, oh, that's
Hey,
your favorite movie.
yeah.
It's like, it's not.
What about Dumb and Dumber?
I
I
gotta.
like Liar Liar more.
What's up, Daniel?
I gotta catch up on some things that I wanted to talk about. I want to tell you guys the first time I went to New York, I went to all the places in Rounders.
Wow.
Like
Damn.
that's how ridiculous I am.
That's not ridiculous at all. That's fucking sick, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's sick. Because if I
You
ever
went
go
to
to
the underground. You played with the KGBs.
I
Yeah, Oreos.
I lost $30,000.
Damn. Dude, before we end the pod though, I want you to show me some shit on here, bro. I don't know if you know how to shuffle. Super sick.
Super sick.
Like I can't do it. Like that was a bad shuffle.
Do you want me to try to throw a card at the camera?
That would be kind of
I
sick.
could
You'd be
throw
like
cards
Gambit
right
from
now.
X-Men.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Gambit was my second favorite.
He was my favorite. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite? Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Gambit was sick as his Cajun, bro. He was a French motherfucker. Come on, throw a card, bro. I know they
Let's
can't.
see it.
Our listeners can't listen.
He's gonna,
or can't,
scratch
can't
your
hear this.
camera.
It's actually been a long time.
We'll put this on the video. Wow.
Wait, I thought
That
you
went
were
like 100 miles per hour, bro.
Is that I don't want to hit Nani. She's important to us. We need her.
Hey, Josh.
But you like that throw right
That
there.
was sick.
I should end it there. I shouldn't throw it again.
I would love for you
because-
to make it into something.
Okay, but I threw it in a straight line.
He did, bro. It went across the fucking field. It went over those mountains over there.
To the fields.
That was sick.
But so I went to that bar that he meets when the girl's like trying to get away from the girl leaves him and he finds her at the bar. I went to that bar. I went to like that random Chinatown scene where they're like walking. Did we already talk about how you like the music?
I don't think we did.
Because I love them.
The score was very good.
Yeah,
It was
you mentioned
good.
that to me.
I did.
I
It was good.
I love the music too.
I'm trying to think of who the composer was. Christopher Young. Never heard of him, but goddamn,
You're all about it.
You did a good job. Good job.
And then something they talk about is like you remember the bad beats in your life more than like the successes. So,
Yep. Like I told you,
Yeah,
my game.
Yeah,
Did
yours
Worm
was-
say that? Worm say that?
That is
No,
such a
Mike.
bad beat. Yeah,
Mike.
Mike says it.
Mike said that.
He like quotes something, but like do you guys remember Garden City in Campbell? There was a casino.
Yeah.
I remember
Wait, huh?
Garden City.
I remember
That
Garden
was,
City.
that was Daniel. Garden City in Campbell? It was
In
a
Campbell.
casino?
Yeah,
In Campbell.
yeah.
A casino in Campbell.
Okay, but it didn't have
No.
slot machines, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, but I didn't. Wow, I didn't know.
It wasn't big.
It's not there no more.
It's not really there no more.
It's
But
not really
I don't
there.
think so. But I remember I got a full house and like queens and sixes, and somebody got 4 queens or 4 sixes, and I remember that so specifically. But my wins.
So you won that hand.
No, I lost.
Okay, I don't know.
I lost big when I.
The
when I
quote
thought
is,
it
you
was-
remember your losses.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Your beats.
So he's talking about his losses.
Because we like baseball. Do you guys remember the beginning of the movie where he's like a lawyer, but he's doing the truck for Kanish?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, let me ask you a question. Can Steinbrenner move the Yankees? Can he just move the Yankees?
Oh, yeah, I remember that scene.
And he's like,
Yeah, I don't care.
he's like, oh, we get to that in like our third. He's like, you don't know about that? He's like, I don't know. You don't know about that? He's like, no, we don't get that until our 3rd year. And he's like, he falls for that. He's like messing with him. But I thought that was a memorable part.
Yeah, it was. No, I remember, we didn't even talk about him on his side gig trying to make some money with the truck driving.
Yeah, it's like
That hits home right there. I have a bigger truck, but that it still hits home.
Yeah, you should have been talking about that.
Yeah. He's all like, I hate my fucking route.
A thing I'll always remember is like when like the guy Worm gets out of prison. He's like, Mike, buy me a hot dog, and then he only eats like half the hot dog.
I wrote
Throws it
that.
away.
I wrote that down. I was like, I don't know if this is much to talk about, but I wrote it down because they went outside to have a conversation, and
he's like, let's have a hot dog.
But
I'm
I feel like
starving.
that's hard to do when you're acting because you have to talk and have food in your mouth. So I get it. You got to make it realistic, but it's like I feel like that's a tough thing to do. I bet it's harder to do than what it looks like.
Yeah.
To just act and have something in your, like he had a hot dog in his fucking mouth.
But he
But
throws
then,
it away.
But then he throws it's like half or even more than half, and he just throws it away because he got upset or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And
Eat the hot dog. You're
I
poor.
wrote that. throws the hot dog away.
Throws the hot dog away.
Yeah,
That's
I
your
did.
notes.
I did.
When they're playing poker and they're playing those Russian outfit guys or however they call it, like those 2 guys that like they're like sketchy people, and Mike or Worm slow rolls them. You know slow rolls.
You know
So-
I don't.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
But it's like he's like, oh yeah, I have this hand, but I also have these 2 cards. Like he makes them think that they won. He's like, but I also have, and I also. Do you know what I'm trying to say at all? Do you know what I'm trying to say, Louis?
Okay, he knows. That's
Yeah,
so,
I do.
So slow rolling is when you're like I got it straight, I won, and I kind of just like wait for you. Oh, actually, I have a full house.
Oh, okay.
Like I beat you.
Damn, that's a
Okay.
good hand. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
And then you lay
Yeah,
your
you
cards
fucking
around.
with him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah.
sick, bro. You fucking won. That's psych.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't at a casino. You definitely don't want to do that. You don't want
Why?
to slow roll people.
It just
Because
if they're right
Dude,
mad.
fuck.
You'll be
Yeah,
you'll be
you
taken out
good.
back.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Show me a magic trick. We're about to
Okay.
end. We got a couple more minutes.
I'll show Nani,
So that's the movie, yeah?
Yeah.
Wadata.
but don't.
We should do fucking
What's the next movie?
booty tang.
But we're still. We're still rolling.
We're rolling, bro.
Because I'm gonna do a magic trick. Then I gotta talk about Rotten Tomatoes, and then you gotta.
Yes.
Here it goes. All right, Daniel's
We don't know what he's
walking the
doing because
distance.
he left.
He's picking up the
Oh,
card.
he's picking up a
that
card
he
because he has to have.
You need all the cards.
What? How many? Was it 52 in the deck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Really?
You're gonna play 52 pickup.
Wow. Maybe I should do some.
You're gonna play
gambling.
52 pickup.
I don't know what that means. You just throw all the cards up and you have to pick them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. If you guys kind of see what I'm doing, don't yell it out.
Yeah.
I told you this is for like.
Can
This
I
is too-
explain what you're doing to the pod?
Yeah, remember, because people do
You're
listen too.
shuffling.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
You're
shuffling.
shuffling. Well, we could say it. So he's shuffling.
But
He's a great shuffler.
thank you.
Great with his
All right. So
fingers.
Nani, pick a card.
Now he's picking a card.
Yes, the producer.
Yeah. All right.
What you got, Nani? No, don't tell us.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
Don't tell
Put
us.
it back in.
Nani got a card. We don't know.
Put it in the deck.
Put it back in
Okay.
there. Okay, it's in the
So
middle
now,
somewhere.
Josh.
Yes. Now, I am going to pick a card.
No.
No.
All right, you see it shuffled?
I can play Uno. It sounds good. Sounds good.
Reshuffle.
Sounds good. All right.
What?
So this is your card, top of the deck.
Okay.
You know it?
Yes.
And I'm not gonna see it, but like even the people can see it. Yes. Okay.
Me and Nani saw it.
All right. I put it back on top.
Put it back on top, and
I'm
he's
gonna
gonna
take
pull it up on top.
No, I'm gonna just take it and put it in the middle. My thing is, wiggity, wiggity, wiggity. All right. Hopefully it's this. I don't know. Was it this?
Yeah.
Nani? Nani didn't even look.
Can I kind of spoil it for you?
Yeah, shut up, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what you did,
I don't know what you did, but like it was good.
but I saw that you pulled a different card out because I'm sitting down, you're standing up.
Okay.
So you picked a different card, put it down. So you didn't take the top one. You
I
probably
did.
took it-
I swear to God, to the top.
Then you probably put the nines in the second.
Let me do it again then.
No, I know what you did. I
don't
saw
know,
it
dude.
play by play.
No, you
I
clearly
saw the
did.
trick.
'Cause
You
you're
put
wrong.
a different card in there.
You're tripping, bro. All right, I do one more trick. It's
No
quick.
one more trick. Daniel, what's the
Pick
Rotten
a card.
Tomatoes?
Pick a goddamn card.
Don't pick no
Pick a
card. Don't fucking.
I'm sorry.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know it?
Yes.
I know it.
It's in there, right?
In the middle.
I'm not back. I'm not good at shuffling. All right, it's shuffled. Good enough.
Yes. This one's a lot better.
Okay.
Are you looking for it now?
Yeah, explain it to the listeners.
So he's looking for the card because he didn't do this the first time.
No, this is part of the trick, bro.
You didn't do this trick.
No, this is my second trick.
Uh,
I'm a fail. If I fail, it's okay.
I don't know what he's doing. He's looking for the card.
Give me 2 tries.
Oh my god, a magician never needs 2 tries.
Was this your card?
No.
But was this your card?
No.
It was.
Yeah,
the
it was.
board.
I knew it was this one. I like the message. I like to say the 2 try thing, the message you.
Luis,
I did a card.
Luis, did you like his trick better or my trick better?
No, yours is a lot better.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Dang.
His is super easy. I could easily give away that one. That one, you don't know what I did, so that makes it better. So don't hate on me, bro. You didn't know how I did that. I put, bro.
Yeah,
I,
what'd you do? You put?
I put his card in the fucking middle of the stack. How the hell did I find it? Are you kidding me,
Because
Luis?
you were looking for it.
Luis,
You
stop.
put it like a dent or something.
Luis,
You
no.
folded.
Luis, my trick was sicker. Come on, guys. Y'all
What's the
gotta
Rotten Tomatoes?
be- He's like, I gotta go.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. What's the Rotten Tomatoes?
All right, so when I first discovered Rotten Tomatoes, I loved it, and I was just like, I'm only gonna watch movies based on
Wow, you're
Rotten
that
Tomatoes.
guy?
I was that guy at the beginning of college, and then Rotten Tomatoes
Gabe Rounders.
did they did my movie dirty.
Dirty,
They
huh?
did it dirty.
Yeah, well, they do.
So back in the day, it was a 64. I think it went up to a 65, but the audience score is an 87.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'll get on there and I'll just put
Help
it
it out.
Help
Yeah, help it
I'll
out.
help
Thank
it
you.
out.
I appreciate
And
it.
our listeners, help out Rounders. on
Rounders.
Rotten
Everybody
Tomatoes.
help out around here.
And help us out, because they can follow us now, right, guys?
They should be.
I don't even know our Instagram thing. I
Top-
don't even have it set up.
intoxicated.
I mean, I have it set up, but I don't have it set up.
What's the next movie?
Oh, I think I have one. I think because we did Edward Norton Rounders' movie, maybe we could do Fight Club.
Oh my God, bro! I was thinking the same thing, but nah, we're not doing that
Because we can't talk about it.
because there's one rule. And what's
Can't
that
talk about
rule?
it. Can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. Can't do it. Can't coach them.
Can't coach them.
But no, but they can follow us, bro, right now at
I met Singletary.
Nice. Did he show your balls?
No.
Did you hear about that?
No, what are you
No.
talking about?
When the Niners lost, he pulled down his pants. He's like, "You guys need to grab yourself by the balls."
Who said that? Mike
Singletary,
What
yeah.
a loser.
I don't believe that.
I believe it.
Google it.
Because I want to believe it.
Google it. Singletary
I don't,
showing
I don't wanna
dick.
believe it.
Showing dick.
Hey, real quick, another quote.
Yes.
When he goes back into the KGB place, he's like, it's like Buckner walking back into Shea.
I don't remember that.
Do you know what that means though? Buckner walking back into Shea.
Of course not.
Okay, you should know that. It's a baseball thing. Do you remember the Red Sox were close to winning a World Series, but the ball went through the first baseman's legs? You know about that?
This is what 2000 and.
No, this is a very long time
Oh,
ago.
I don't remember, bro. I'm an A's fan. I'm not a baseball fan.
Luis, do you know?
He definitely doesn't know.
No, I don't watch baseball.
You don't
Yeah,
know
he doesn't.
Buckner? You don't know Buckner?
That sounds familiar.
We don't know Buckner, bro.
From the Yankees?
We don't speak of Buckner.
What I feel like you would like this part where they're rounding and they're
Oh,
playing
rounding.
They're playing at
Rounders.
random places. He's like, "F me, F you." You don't remember that part? You only watched it one time.
I'm sorry,
I watched this. so
I'm
many
sorry,
times.
bro, but you're talking about Bill Buckner.
What's the next movie?
He's from Vallejo. Well, first, the listeners can follow us as of now at intoxicated.films. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, you guys can follow us. We'll start posting little videos here and there and trivia and stuff like that. We'll make a Twitter soon. I don't know, dude. I'm drunk.
Yeah. What's the next movie?
The next movie, guys, it is City Slickers.
Billy Crystal, huh?
Dude, I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be a banger of an episode.
I hope so.
One of my favorite movies. Yeah, until then, peace out.
Well, there's a
We're
second
good.
one.
Gotta dig through your pockets, so I'll use a spade. Diamonds are forever when I'm getting paid. It doesn't break my heart, I'm not feeling your pain.